if you have tight hamstrings, tight glutes, which is your butt, or sore lower back, the spinae erectors, there's a good chance that your hamstrings are really tight. You probably sit a lot, sedentary. I have 3 exercises that you can do that'll stretch your hamstrings and your glutes. And you could even grow your hamstrings and your glutes by doing these exercises. But I do them just to strengthen the muscles. Strengthen and stretch. Here's the 3. The first one is called a stiff leg deadlift. Now, this one is good for stretching out the hamstring, and you could even grow your hamstring. And I know this one works good because when I put a lot of weight on, I've got it down to where it works so well for me. I can feel it pulling on my Achilles, so it's going right down my legs. So the way you do this, you can hold some with weights, is you can hold some dumbbells, or you can hold, like me, an EZ curl bar, and you hold the weight close to your body. You want it to go up and down, vertical, with your body movement as close to your body as possible, and that'll take stress off your back. And you want to try and keep your shoulders back as best as you can, or at least tight. If you have them rounded a bit and you're not fully strong up there yet, as long as you're tight and you're not letting the weight pull them forward. So what you do, grab your weight, keep your legs, feet about shoulder width apart, pointed straight out, maybe a tiny little bit of an angle out. Hold the weight in front of you against your thighs. Now what you want to do is shoulders back, kind of arch your back a bit, and bend down as far as you can go comfortably, and then come up, but don't come up all the way. If you come up all the way until you're really good at this and you know what you're doing, you're going to put a lot of extra stress on your lower back, and it's just going to get sore, and you don't really want that. To start out, you want to strengthen your hamstrings and your glutes, stretch them out, and then work up to your sore lower back. So you go down to about here. See where I have my arms hanging freely? Now this is the point where if I go any further, I feel like my back's really going to start to round out. And if I pull it up to about here, just above my knees, this is where the turning point is of going from hamstrings to lower back. So I want to just keep it in this range. And I do about 12 to 15 reps. I do 2 or 3 sets, and I do this twice a week. And that's called a rear stiff-legged deadlift. That's a good one. I just did legs earlier, so I'm doing this again, but this is a good way to stretch out the hamstrings and the glutes and your lower back if you sit a lot, or if you just want to grow your hams. So there you go. Next up, so this next one, you don't need any weights for or anything. You can just do on your own. It's just with your body weight. And I don't know the specific name for it, but I'm going to call it the single stiff-legged forward reach hamstring stretch. So if you know what the proper name is to this, let me know. So what you do is you just stand normal, and then you put your weight on one leg that you want to balance on. I've done this in another video if you go back and look. And what you do is you lift up your other leg, and you just reach out, too close to the door. And you just reach out, and you try to focus on, typically you'll have something in front of you, and you'll try and reach out and touch it. And when you're bending down, you're stretching out the hamstrings and the glutes, and you're also strengthening the ankles and the calves when you do this one. And this is another one where it's good for your balance as well. So it's actually better for, well, actually anyone, but older adults, or when we typically start to lose our balance, this is a good one to practice. So if you do this one, 2 or 3 sets, as many as you want, twice a week at least, you're going to find that your hamstrings will also stretch out quite a bit from doing that one. Next up, we're going to use an exercise ball. This one, full disclosure, I haven't done for a while, but I used to do this one quite a bit, and it's really good as well to stretch out the hamstrings and the glutes. So here we go. Okay, I decided to do this one over here on the floor where there's a little more space and the ball will roll more freely, and see what happens. So you take your exercise ball lay your calves on it and have them so that your heels can kind of dig in like mine there. And what all you're gonna do, you're gonna brace yourself and you're just gonna try and bring that ball back towards your butt. And then you go back. Again, now this is a good one for strengthening the hamstrings, a little bit of calves, the glutes, and it's also good for the core because when you start to lift, now you're engaging your core muscles, which is something I definitely am going to be more focused on in 2025. So stay tuned for that journey. But this is it. And the same as the last exercise, the bending forward one, you know, do this a couple times a week and as many reps as you want. Do 2 or 3 sets each time you do it. This is a good one. I used to do this years ago when I was boxing. I don't know if they recommended doing that one or what, but I really like this one. And you'll notice over time that your balance is, your core is better just from doing this, and hamstrings just feel much better. So those are my 3 best hamstring stretch and potentially grow exercises. One with weight, one with body weight, and one obviously with the exercise ball. So if you do any of these or you're gonna try them, let me know how that works out for you. Good luck.